So, today we're making Socca, and that is a Mediterranean flatbread. We're using organic chickpea flour, otherwise known as garbanzo beans, organic olive oil, extra fine Himalayan pink salt, organic red chili peppers, za'atar, which I couldn't find organic, but good enough, and filtered water. So I poured in 1 cup of the chickpea flour to 1 cup of the filtered water, and then just some of this, just, you know, and then about 2 teaspoons of the olive oil.
So the other stuff was kind of to taste?
Yeah, to taste. I just put some in there. And then I just whisk it up. And then I'm going to cover it and let it sit for 15 minutes so that all the water gets incorporated into the flour. This is also gluten-free and vegan. So I'm just going to take off this.
Oops, sorry.
Take the woody stems off the rosemary. I decided to add some rosemary, some fresh rosemary, because I already had it and I want to use it. So it doesn't go to waste. And plus, I love fresh rosemary. I love dried rosemary too, but fresh is definitely more aromatic. And in case you were wondering about the za'atar, it has like a herby lemon flavor. It's really nice.
So that means like old stinky lemon? What does that mean?
It has a lemony flavor,
Oh,
like, you know, lemon thyme or something like that.
Lemon thyme? This is great. Can you speak English? Can you translate that?
It's an herb, honey.
Oh. Oh no, she's throwing stuff at me. All right.
Trying to do. This is just very robust rosemary.
This is fries.
Yeah, usually their herbs suck, but this is like
Yes,
straight from the giant bush.
It's still half alive.
Usually you get like 3 little scrawny things for
Right.
$1.99.
Partially dehydrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, these guys are fresh, huh?
Yeah. This is the second time I've used it, so, and I still have more. I'm going to have to think of something else to make.
Well, just don't put it in any of my stuff.
A little too healthy for you.
Yeah, gross. I mean, I'd eat enough green stuff in one day.
What?
Well, those insurers
What
have
green
something green in
stuff?
them, right? They just dry the green out before
there's
you drink
no
it.
green stuff in those insurers.
Oh,
Just some
well.
ground up vitamins and a lot of sugar and some chocolate syrup and
Yeah, they're very thick. It's hard to drink them. They taste all right, but first of all, I have to drink them warm most of the time because my stupid chemo makes everything cold hurt. But anyways, enough about that. We're talking about delicious. What are we having again, honey?
we are having potato leek soup and Socca bread.
Yeah, we're having delicious potato leek soup and Socca bread. So you're cutting this up fine, or finely shredding it?
Fine-ish.
Fine-ish, medium,
Yeah, I
coarse.
don't want a bunch of big pieces in there. And
Okay,
I'm
so
just
this
gonna,
is where we're at with that.
yeah, I'm gonna just
Chunking
mix
stuff
it in.
Put it in there.
Yeah, and then I'll just save some for the top a little bit. Just sprinkle on after. Okay, so this was preheating over here.
The oven too.
This, yeah, the oven is preheated to 450. And then this I was preheating, but it started to smell weird, so I decided that it was done. It was done preheating. So I'm just going to spray some canola oil on it because this pan is old. I don't want it to stick. It might.
It's like a giant
Yeah,
vegan
it's kind
omelet.
of like a pancake.
Pancake, yeah.
All right, in it goes.
So this is going to be the bread, right?
Yeah, this is the bread.
So then this goes in the oven?
Uh-huh. So it's cooked for 12 minutes. 11 minutes actually. My pan is 10 inches, so it's pretty thin, about 1/4 of an inch. It's done on the bottom. I just turned the broiler on to let it get a little rustic looking on top, which it's almost there. I'll leave it in for another minute. And then we'll move on to the potato leek soup, which I should have got 3 of these, honey. That's all right. It'll just be more potato-y than leaky.
All right. I'm sure we have some other gross stuff we could put in there in the place of leeks.
Honey.
Just kidding. Of course, it's going to be delicious.
So it's done. Yay. And I checked the bottom, and it's really good. So there it is.
We'll zoom in here. See all of our fresh rosemary in there. And now there's some fresh rosemary on the top, too.
Little extra salt.
Oh, some salt, some red salt there. Pink salt, I mean. All right, so it's kind of like a cracker or a pretzel, not so much like a bread, right?
It's a flatbread.
A flatbread.
Yeah.
Got some olive oil on it, so.
There we go.
All right, that's that. Beautiful, honey. That looks great.
Yeah, it's going to be so good.
Okay.
Now I'm going to make the potato leek soup, and the way that I clean leeks is just to cut them up and put them in the colander and then wash them when they're all cut up, because, you know, sand and whatnot can get in there. So that's how I prefer to do it. Although you can cut them in half and then peel them apart and rinse in between each leaf. So I'm just going to leave the skins on. I'm going to puree it with my immersion blender when I'm done, so it doesn't really matter about the size. You can see I'm a real organized chopper. Just like randomly chop them till they're chopped. I'm sure it drives Russell crazy because he likes everything to be neat and tidy and lined up. See, I try, but then they get askew, and then I give up.
Those are some nice looking potatoes, yellow potatoes.
Yeah, they're yellow. They're better than russet. Russet looks like, you know, they've been rolling around in the dirt for 5 years. These are much cleaner and thinner skinned.
Yeah.
And I like to think they have more nutrients in them just because they are a darker color. You know, they say that the color.
Oops, you got a big. That little piece of potato lost its life for no reason right there.
Jump to its death. What are you talking about? I didn't have anything to do with it. All right. So I'm going to saute these first, so I'm going to wash them separately, but I'll wash the potatoes after I wash these.
They smell good.
It's going to be good soup. Now I'm going to go ahead and blot them off a little bit. I'll get them cooking.
I'm going to have one of these pieces of bread,
Yes.
just to taste it and see.
And then
it meets my seal of approval.
So I'm going to get these sauteing. Then I'll wash the potatoes. Some olive oil in there. Do you like it?
Shoot down at me. No. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. It has kind of a nutty flavor.
I'll like the salty flavor.
You don't like it, or you
I
do?
do. I like the salty.
Yeah.
I mean, it is like bread. It's not like a cracker like I was thinking it
Yeah,
would be.
it's soft. It's good. It's flatbread.
And it's flat, too. Good job, honey.
Got that part right, huh? In they go.
So you cook these until they are a little bit, is that called translucent?
Translucent. In the meantime, I will get vegetable broth. Organic, better than bouillon, vegetable broth. 1 teaspoon in 8 ounces. If you can't tell, I don't like tap water.
Onions are smelling delicious.
And leeks.
Our leeks are smelling delicious. And onions. So how many onions did you just put
I put a half of a small sweet onion.
Oh, I see. You're putting in your secret ingredients.
No, I'm just doing 1.5 teaspoons dried thyme. You can use fresh, but I don't have any. I had that last week. I only get 1 fresh herb a week.
Yeah, that's all Fry's has in there. Fresh herb.
That's all we can afford. Fresh herbs are expensive. If we didn't live in the death land, otherwise known as Phoenix, Arizona, we could grow them, but I tried that several times.
Yeah, that's a lot of soup right there. Gallons and gallons of soup.
4 cups worth, honey. It's not a lot of soup.
All right, where's
Now
the bowls?
It's gonna cook until the potatoes are soft, and then I'm gonna blend it up with the immersion blender. It's gonna be delicious.
Well, it sure smells good.
I love soup. Soup is one of the ultimate comfort foods. Okay, so it's done. The potatoes are fork tender, and the recipe says 15 minutes, but I let them cook for 25. So I like them really done. And now I'm just going to use the immersion blender. And don't worry, it won't scratch the bottom of my pot because it has there's a little difference. It's offset. Yeah, little lip. So here I go. This thing still scares me. All right, I think it's done.
Smells good. Wow, that smells really good. That broth stuff smells good. You can tell it's salty.
Yeah, it smells good, huh? Potato soup with a little bit of potato chunks. Not too much. All right.
All right.
Potato leek soup.
High five.
Done. Thanks for watching.